Yo, what up guys? So we are back. Finally got everything hooked up for that OBD1 conversion. We have the Hondata hooked in right now. We have the car in the on position. Everything's hooked up the way it should. I haven't adjusted timing because this is finally going to be our first fire up. We are saving this as the B20. Well, that's not B20. What the hell am I typing? I think everything's good. So yeah, we should be set. I'm just gonna go ahead and send it one more time, make sure that it took it, and I think now we are ready to fire up. So I'm not data logging right now because I haven't hooked it up over there, so we're just gonna have to wing it. So I guess it's time for the first startup. Let's go ahead and hit the key and pray for the best. Not bad. That's good. I don't know why this guy stays on all the time. I'm gonna have to disable that. Alright, so I mounted it up on the sunroof of the car. I currently am checking the check engine light. As you guys see there, it was code 41. I hope you guys can see this clearly. Sorry if you can't, but it's code 41 for the O2 sensor. I don't have an O2 sensor, so I'm not worried about that at all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fire it up, and we're gonna drive it around just right here and check the fuel trims. Hopefully everything's running right. Hopefully you guys can see clearly. Okay, we got a vacuum leak. Not sure what that was, but we definitely have a vacuum leak. Hopefully it wasn't something bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and check that out right now. From the fuel pressure regulator that came out. If I fix that now. Seems to be running fine now. See what it's looking like in here. 1601. A little bit lean. I might have to add a little bit of fuel at idle. But no, it's actually pretty decent right there. And yeah, let's go ahead and drive her around. All right, hopefully the vibration isn't too bad, but as you guys can see, the fuel ratio is perfect right now. Hopefully you guys can read, it says 14.7, so it's perfect. It's starting to warm up, so I'm gonna kick on my fans. Oh yeah, she purrs now. All right, let's go see what she's got now. Oh yeah, she feels way better. A lot better. Oops, sorry. So much better, and the fuel ratios are a lot better. It's running 15.5s at idle, which is pretty good. It should be perfectly fine under no load to be running 15:1 ratio. Currently I do have a little bit of a different base map over here that I created for the car. As you guys can see, I'm just going to walk you through a little bit of the things. I don't have data logging right now because I haven't hooked up the white wire for the wideband, but just so you guys can see, we are going to be running open loop. I did set up the parameters here for the AM wideband, but I'm currently not using it, so that doesn't really matter. And then I did set up some things for the fuel compensation and stuff. And then I did set up launch control. Launch control, I put it at 4507. I think that's the stock one. We're at 7,500 RPM rev limit. And I did set up the shift light at 6,800. Not sure how good that's gonna be. You have no traction control, obviously, and everything else is just normal. No VTEC because we are running a stock V20. We are going to be tuning it a little bit, seeing if we can get the feels a little better and see how that launch control feels. Unfortunately, I was going to go to a little track around here where I live in Riverside called Adams Motorsports, but I couldn't make it because I had to work. But I am going to be getting the car ready for tech inspection this coming week. Hopefully we can make it out there and start running some laps. But for now, we're going to just do this. So let's go ahead and just send it and see what it does with the new tune. This is sending now. Ooh, it bogged down hard. It does not like open loop. Send it back in. Okay, there it goes. It was running super lean when I did that. Did not like the open loop whatsoever. It's back to normal. It's still running really lean. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of fuel down low. Probably, I don't know, it's pretty good right there. 15.5, 15.6. I'm a little scared to go open loop, so okay, so for now it's pretty good right there. If I give it some gas, it goes up and then it comes crashing really hard at 17, and then it takes it a little while to catch back up. I'm guessing that's why, that's because we're on closed loop. So I'm not gonna mess with the open loop right now. All I'm really gonna do is just give it a little bit of fuel down below. We're just gonna adjust it, and then we're gonna do 5%. So we should see a little bit of fuel being added. There we go. And then we're gonna try to smooth this out, and then we are gonna send it, see what she does. Okay, she should go up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Let's give it some gas. See, I don't like that right there. I'm gonna have to mess with it a little bit more, do more research on this. But right now I'm just gonna leave it there. I think that's gonna be the best I can do until I can get a buddy in here to help me out with revving it, and we can do some pulls. But let's just go see if it took the launch control and see if it holds it. Remember, it's set at like 45, so. Alright, so we're back at the shop. Crazy day today. Didn't have too much time to record, but I did get all of this done. As you guys can see, I completely ripped apart almost the whole front end. I took off the little shield here, and for the longest time I was worried about what I was going to do for wipers because I didn't have any windshield wipers. But it turns out that the motor was still there, harness plugged right in, and all the hardware for it is still in there, and it works. I can't show you right now because I took the battery out, but all the hardware works, and the wipers, well, the little stubs where the wipers go spin. So all we got to do is get some wipers. Not sure what I'm going to do about wipers because it's right-hand drive, and I think the wipers open this way, so I might have to order some from Japan. But the good thing is that we have wipers now, so it's really good in case I get caught up in the rain. I don't, just get screwed. So we definitely have wipers now. As you guys can see, the bay isn't looking too pretty, so I am going to be touching it up with paint in a bit. But what I really want to show you guys is this mount that we had replaced is completely shot out too. So we're definitely going to be having to replace it. I'm going to look around locally just for a solid mount only on this side, because the other ones are all perfectly fine. So I'm going to try to look for like a Hasport. Sometimes some people around here are trying to sell some really nice quality ones, and they're just parting them out for really cheap. I'm going to try to look for one locally. Hopefully I can find one. We'll throw it on in there. And then if you guys see, this harness is severely hacked up. So whoever was in here before me did an awesome job with the brake line tuck, but this harness is completely ripped up. It's just completely shot out. So I'm gonna be repairing that here soon. I'm gonna definitely tuck it because it's pretty tucked already. There's no power steering, no AC, and the brake line tuck is really nice. This cooler for the power steering, big guy right here, I'm gonna be ripping that out as well because I don't need it. I'm never gonna get power steering back, so I'm gonna be ripping that out here pretty soon. And then this guy, I guess I'm gonna pass it through this hole here and then just drill a side hole going into the side there, because this other side directly here is really thick. So I'm gonna just drill it at an angle, or I might even just drill these out bigger and pass it through here. I'll do some research, and we're gonna tuck this along the fender side here and back down to where it was. So that's gonna look really nice. As far as this side goes, not sure what to do with all these cables. It's just a giant mess because it's a right-hand drive. It's a little different. We have all these harnesses here. I might just try to tuck them down somewhere, but like, I don't know, cable transmission, can't do anything about this. Starter cables, can't really do anything except try to like route them a little nicer. It's about all I'm gonna be able to do here, because it'll be a pain trying to basically route all these cables back behind here. So I'm not gonna do this side. Probably just clean it up a little bit as best as it can. Should be good to go. And then the battery, I am gonna try to relocate the battery. I have it right here. It's giving me some problems with corrosion, so I just put a little bit of dielectric grease around the positive post, because that's the one that's corroding really bad. But I'm thinking, I took out these horns because I don't need horns. I don't even like honking at people. But I'm thinking of mounting it right there. I'm probably gonna cut this part and then try to see if I can weld up a bracket and just mount it right here and run cables down through the side, or maybe try to tuck those back there, and maybe just the battery cables kind of running along the side here. But I do have a really long negative lead that I had to put on here as a replacement. So this one is really long, if you guys can see. So this will definitely just be able to wrap around, and I can route it back behind the wall there into the battery, and hopefully it'll be fine. So that's basically where I'm at right now. I'm gonna try to clean up all these cables in the front here that are just trashed. I do want a new radiator, but I think for now we're just gonna keep running this one because there's nothing wrong with it. But eventually I want to get a Skunk 2 radiator, the Alpha Rad, with a slim fan. And then I want to get rid of this contraption here, and I want to have it so it turns on the fan automatically like stock. So I'm going to try to revert back to that. And then I also wanted to buy a K-tuned thermostat housing in the back over there, but it's really expensive. So I don't know, maybe tomorrow we'll go over to a parts store and just shop around, see if we can find some stuff. That'll be really nice. But sorry I haven't been able to record too much stuff. And as far as the tuning goes, the car's running good now. It's just there's a little bit of a fuel cutoff when I let go of the gas, so I'm going to try to just fix that. Once that's fixed, then the tune is perfect, and there's really not much to do until we go B20 VTEC as far as the tuning stuff goes. However, we do need a speed sensor because we also have a code for no speed sensor. We do have the speed sensor with a cable, but it's not hooked up to the dash because it wouldn't reach for some reason. So what I'm going to do is convert to VSS, the electronic one, and put a S2000 cluster in the future. Maybe for now I'll just buy like a DC cluster and try to fit it on there. Anything electronic will do. That way we can have a VSS because I did set up the two-step as you guys saw, but the two-step was always on because the car doesn't know how fast I'm going. So literally I would hit rev limit at 4,500 on every gear because it literally thinks we're at a dead stop. And so it goes into the launch control, two-step if you want to call it. But yeah, so that's basically where we're at right now. Tomorrow will be another day, and hopefully we can get some more footage going. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.